Hello gardening friends. I realized that I haven't posted an update lately, so let's get to it. There has been a lot of changes here. If you've noticed, I don't have a side of the garden anymore. We have taken it down, and where you see these boards right here, that is where the garden fence is getting moved over to. If you haven't followed along with our past videos, it's because we want more space between the pool and my garden. My husband has been wanting to properly be able to mow like in the space back here, and he can't get a lawnmower through where this blue tarp is. So we've decided to move it over. Also, the pool deck is ready to be replaced. So we've been looking into that, and part of replacing it was needing to move the garden over because we didn't have enough space for an expansion to fix that. Moving along to the actual garden, let's see. We've got a lot going on. So starting in the front here, the clematis is very happy and blooming. The oregano has gone absolutely crazy. So I actually have oregano like all over the paths now, which I don't hate because when I walk on it, it smells nice. And it seems to also be helping a bit with the extra weeds here. So I'm kind of leaving that for now, but that is a thought in process of what I'm going to do with that. I have viola flowers absolutely everywhere, and I actually just found a really weird one. I have a white one. I have never seen a white one show up in my garden before. They're normally like this, so that was really weird. And because I've had like the same ones growing in here for so many years now, my particular violas are kind of like their own particular style now. So if I can zoom in here. So most of mine have like this little purple like chin spot. And then look at this one. If you can see, there's, if I can get my camera focused, there's purple on the edges there and on like the chin of the face here. So my style of violas are like that now. So to see like this little white one, that's kind of crazy. I wonder if somebody else has been growing them and some seeds blew over here or something. The chives are blooming, very pretty. I've got fleabane in here. So I get two different kinds of fleabane. I don't particularly know which one's the Philadelphia fleabane and which one's the other fleabane. One is very polite and the other one is very not polite. So I think this pinky one here, so this, if you can see, it's kind of a pink shade. And the pink one, I believe, is the polite one, which might be the Philadelphia fleabane, versus I get a white one, and that one is far less polite and kind of makes a mess and like goes everywhere. I mean, the garden right now is kind of in chaos. I'm going to zoom out here. We've got sticks that still need to be cleaned up. I haven't gotten a chance to do that because the trash cans for the sticks are currently full from a different project I did, so I haven't had a place to get rid of them, so I'm stuck with that for now. I did actually find that I have a lettuce in here, just one. So this is the update for this bed. I planted lettuce on this side of the stick, and on this side was spinach. So there is one little spinach plant here. There is one little lettuce plant there. And I've just noticed today that we've got what appears to be a sunflower in here, so that's exciting. Oh, it actually, now that I'm looking at this angle, so there's a spinach and there's a spinach. So there are actually 3 spinach in this bed. When I thought there was nothing in this bed because of the squirrels digging stuff up, they have been leaving the bed alone since I've like crazily put the stuff over top of it. I don't know if they just don't like it or they have no reason to dig in here. I don't know. Squirrels are squirrels. But I've got a few things in here. I have been meaning to replant, but life's been crazy. We've had a lot of family stuff going on, a lot of events going on, and I just haven't had the time to get out here, quite honestly. I did unwrap my fig. So the fig was all wrapped up in pool noodles and has been against the shed over there the entire winter. Look at my dog being silly. She is just having a good time rolling around the grass there. So my fig here, I did notice when I unwrapped it that it had something going on in the stem here, and I realized that's because it had been really chewed up by the voles in the winter. So the reason it got wrapped up in pool noodles to begin with was because of the voles and to prevent further damage. And I was concerned if it was still alive after seeing that, but the branches are all nice and springy, so it's not dead there. And I just noticed a few minutes ago that there is the tiniest little leaf. So if you see my finger here, the leaf is so tiny. So I thought that was absolutely adorable. I have this little tiny leaf there. Moving along, we've got the potatoes. So the dirt is all the way to the top of these. The potatoes were planted all the way in the bottom of the buckets. They are just cat litter buckets that somebody gave me a few years ago, and I've been reusing them for a few years now. The handles are mostly snapped off. Like you can see here, the handle is snapped off, but the buckets work, so as long as the buckets are working, I'm not going to worry about the handles. I can just pick them up and move them. I don't move them very often. I've kind of moved them around just because of the chaos in the garden with moving the fence and whatever. But we do have potato plants growing and looking pretty good here. Nice, firm plants, not weak and sad. So they've been doing pretty well. Let's see what's going on over here. The thyme overwintered really nicely. I have some random grasses in here. But we've got the thyme looking really nice. It's flowering right now. It's really pretty. And then I've got a different kind of thyme over here in this bucket, and that's doing really well too. So I have two different kinds of thyme over here. Nothing's in here right now. I had put, I don't remember if I put it in the video. I don't think I did. I had dug like a trench here, and I put in acorn squash seeds, and the acorn squash seeds started coming up surprisingly right away. And then we had the frost and everything died. So I do not have any seeds growing from that. So I don't know what else I'm going to see like that where I would have had something that I don't because of the frost. So normally I have like rogue tomatoes and stuff. So we'll see if I end up with rogue tomatoes because I really like having rogue tomatoes. My bok choy patch, which I think was in my last video, I found I had a couple bok choy. I was absolutely amazed I had bok choy. I did not know I did. And now I came out here like yesterday for a minute and I saw it all bolted. I'm like, well, so much for using that. I guess I'll just let it go to seed again and worry about it another time because I didn't get a chance to use it and it bolted. So yeah, another bed that needs to be cleaned up here. Trying to move along, not step on all the stuff, get to my paths. My mint escaped over the winter. So my mint here that somebody gave me last year has escaped into the pathway, so I'm going to have to dig this out. I'm not sure which mint that is. I can't tell what they are from the smell of them. But yeah, there's one of my mints that's escaped into the walkway. So I'm going to have to dig that out and put that in another pot because I don't want escapee mints. If anyone has mint, you know why you don't want mints loose. This bed is also in chaos, and the thistle. If anyone has tips for how to keep thistle out of your garden, that'd be great because it's excessive and really annoying. Whatever kind of berry bush I have back here, which I still don't know what I'm growing right now, it looks like it could be blackberries, but I'm not 100% sure. It does not look like wineberries. And my blackberry that I had growing back there had never really been doing well, so I don't know that it's actually blackberries. I'm going to actually walk over here for a minute. I hear a lot of clicking noises, and I'm wondering if it's all the, what are those things called? Carpenter bees in the fence. My peonies are growing. Surprise! I've got peonies. Did not know I had peonies. But right behind the peonies here, the reason I actually came over here is my camera's going to go blurry, sorry. Over there is the original blackberry bush that I had planted. How many years back are we going? 10 years now? So 10 years ago I planted the berry bush there, and I really don't know what I'm hearing clicking out here while I'm talking to you. This is really weird. There's like a distinctive chewing noise. Probably some kind of rodent. Anyway, I've got the blackberry that I planted there, and it hadn't done anything. And then all of a sudden I have some kind of berry bushes growing here, which when I looked them up, it said it was blackberry. So I'm not really sure. So if anyone knows for sure what I've got growing here, I'd love to know, because I'm torn between leaving it here and trying to do something with it, especially because this stupid ornamental grass is like pulling through the fence, and I'm gonna have to like clean that up because it's all along the fence. And something I've talked about before was I have some fine mesh wire that is going to go along the fencing here, which will help the critters not just wander in. We won't have the rabbits wandering in, we won't have the voles wandering in. They'll have to actually dig and work to get in here. They won't be able to just like, oh, there's a fence, I can walk right through it. Especially over this area here, that fence is not all the way to the bottom, so rabbits just kind of go, hey, there's an opening here, I'm just gonna walk in. So that's been fun. Oh, I've got a green onion here, so that's got a nice flower about to burst open on it, so that's fun. If you followed me last year, you'll know that I actually had the green onions as a deterrent to the voles, and it did actually help. Did it get rid of them entirely? No, but did it help a lot? It really did. Alright, so I think that's pretty much covering what's going on right now. Lots of whatever kind of berries those are, and lots of chaos. So this is the beginning of the year chaos. Everything's got to get cleaned up. It's an absolute mess, and I will eventually catch up on it. Oh, I did forget one last thing over here. We do have that pretty variegated thyme that I put in here last year. That did overwinter, versus I had a rosemary here which seems pretty dead. So thank you for following along. Subscribe if you'd like to see my garden updates throughout this planting season. And you can check back on the past 2 years. I have 2024 and 25 in my YouTube channel that you can see how the garden has progressed over time. Have a great day.